Hi everyone, today we're looking at Module 6, Lessons 3, 4, and 5. Starting with Lesson 3, we're focused on representations of a line. So we want to make sure students can graph a line specified by a linear function. Students graph a line specified by an initial value and a rate of change. And students can graph a line using 2 points. So basically looking at 3 different forms and making sure that given any combination of the above information, the line can be graphed. So again, we're going to secure in a couple of problems here to examine. The first one says Jenna bought a used car for $18,000. She's been told that the value of the car is likely to decrease by $2,500 for each year that she owns the car. Let the value of the car in dollars be V and the number of years she's owned it be T. This specific scenario gives us an initial value of $18,000 and a constant rate of negative $2,500. So as long as I start at the correct initial value and show my constant rate of change, I should be able to graph that line. My second scenario says an online bookseller is giving me an estimate to sell books. And if it's priced at $15, then 800 copies will sell. If it's priced at $20, 550 copies will sell. So again, those are 2 coordinates that I'm given that I can plot and connect to graph that line. My third scenario is about a truck rental company. They charge $150 to rent the truck in addition to 50 cents per mile driven. So again, that's an initial value as well as a constant rate. So plotting the initial point and then measuring my slope will allow me to graph that line. In any of these scenarios, you should be able to come up with a linear function and graph that function without any difficulty. Moving into lesson 4, increasing and decreasing. We just want to look at 3 quick statements in terms of examining functions. So by doing this, students are going to graph and describe qualitatively the functional relationships. In addition, students can sketch a graph based on a verbal description. So there's 3 different relationships, some key terms that we want to keep in mind. Positive slope is an increasing function. Negative slope is a decreasing function. And zero slope is a constant function. So if a function is ever described using any of those terms, you should know which direction that slope goes in. Moving on to Module 6, Lesson 5, we're still discussing increasing and decreasing functions. But we want to actually see some visuals and be able to identify those right off the bat. So I'm just going to quickly draw 4 axes. and plot some lines. This first one is linear. It's increasing and it has a constant rate. My second line is nonlinear because it has a curve. It's still increasing, but it has a variable rate. My third line is decreasing. It's linear and it's constant. And my fourth line is nonlinear, decreasing, and has a variable rate. There's some good visuals to keep in mind.